afternoon. It's March 2025. This video really, it's a sad one, it's a personal one, this one. We're just going to show you the closing era of Breaking Point. Breaking Point being Aberdeen's premier bike breakers. They did a lot of servicing, bike spares, new and old, motorcycle spares. And it seems to be a bit of a dying trade in that kids nowadays, they're not getting into bikes. When we were 16, we couldn't wait to get a 50, get a Fizzy or something like that, MT5, you know, get out and get loose. But 16-year-olds now don't really seem to be wanting to get into the biking thing, and that of course carries on. So times being as times are, then sadly Breaking Point is closing, or it's been sold anyway. So we're in Cables Lane in Torry. Cable, C-A-B-E-L-S, so it's not cable as in electrical cable, it's spelled differently. Now, somebody proved me wrong here, but I'm led to believe it used to be the surname of a guy called Cable who lived down here, or not lived down here, who worked down here. And it was Cable's Fish, apparently, so hence why it's called Cables Lane, C-A-B-E-L. So somebody keep me right on that, tell me if they remember it. So we're going to have a little walk up here, Cables Lane in Torry, one-way street. Yeah, don't ask. So about 30 years ago, this is now 2025, so about 30 years ago they actually started here where K8 tyres are. And then they moved up to the larger premises up here. So they are in the process of packing the whole place up. Somebody's bought it, it's getting shipped down to England. Quick look about Mara, I think that was a fish place, I think that's closed now. This building here, the old John Richards Fish, that's also Breaking Point, but that's where they did a lot of the stuff in latter years was sold on eBay. I mean, they have thousands and thousands of parts, a lot of it was sold on eBay, and that's where they did all their eBay packing. This stuff here is getting ready to go. There's Tommy. So here's the front door of Breaking Point. A lot of you will remember it as a bit of a social hub as well, where bikers would come down, get their bikes fixed, buy parts, ask for advice. And after that, there's going to be nothing like it in Aberdeen whatsoever. You'll get the big dealers and that, but not many of them left either, to be fair, as far as the biking goes. So it was a real social hub. Sad to see it go. These are all pallets, getting picked up later on by the new owner. So all the contents have been shipped out down south England, I believe, and this is going to be empty for a wee while, but I think somebody's taken it over, so that's good. Not as a bike breaker, not sure what as. So have a little look in here. This bit in here was where they used to sell all the used bikes. They've all been cleared out, so used to come in here, get an assortment of bikes, everything from beginners to custom shops. Let's just have a nosy. So there's the old Breaking Point sign, some old bikes up there. Yeah, just an Aladdin's cave of stuff. Really, if you wanted anything for your bike, you would come here and it would be local. 9 times out of 10 they would have it, and if they didn't have it, they could get it. Have a nose up here. That probably picked that up. It's a little bit too much info from Graham there. Never mind his tablets. There's a kitchen. Had countless cups of tea in there. Stairs upstairs to the office. Toilet. So we'll come back that way. This was the reception. The business end of stuff. Still tons of new stuff, which I believe they're keeping. They're not disappearing completely. All will be revealed, but it's not going to be this building, and it's not going to be as big as it was. It'll just still be here, but in a different format, or not in this building. It'll still be here. So tons of stuff you can still buy. Workbench and that. Have a nose that way. And this is where the Aladdin's cave is. Literally thousands, I mean I wouldn't know where to start, but literally thousands and thousands of parts for every bike since the beginning of time. What's in there? Lights, bits of forks. Something you may not have seen around here, so it's nice to see it before it goes, to give you an idea how actual big it was. It was massive. They had so much stock, it was brilliant for local bikers. Yeah, some old helmets. They always did clothing as well. Some new, some used, but it was always good stuff. Where are we now? Wheels. Wheels and more wheels. Crazy. Crazy. What's up there? Forks and stuff. Forks, more wheels, exhausts. A lot you only ever saw at the reception. This is really what they were dealing with. It's just so much stock, and useful for the local this, that, and the other bikers. But sadly, it's come to an end in its current format. Look at that for exhausts. That's crazy. I feel sorry for the guys. They actually have to pack these up all into containers and put them away into Arctics that are coming up to move this stuff. Bits and pieces down here. You can see through there where they've actually started clearing an aisle. We'll have a look around there in a minute. It was Deck and George that had it, by the way. They've done a cracking job for everybody over the past 30 years. About 30 plus years. Some lights, some little indicators and stuff like that. You're never going to get anywhere like this in Aberdeen again, or the northeast. Tyres and stuff up there, the old Bike Week banners. Weekender from Daytona Beach. Yeah, sad times. As I said, there's the boys clearing some bits down there. If you think it was just, if anybody ever looked at it and thought it was just downstairs, there's also, believe it or not, upstairs. So much stuff upstairs, it's scary. We won't go up there though, no need. But that's it. That's the first aisle they've cleared. So they've done that aisle, and they still have everything there upstairs, the lot. Reception, yeah. So that's it, guys. That is the Cheerio of Breaking Point as we know it. Sad times. Personal because I know the guys. In Cables Lane, lovely day. Yeah, personal because I know the guys, and I'll be sad to see it go, but there it is. Breaking Point. Once again, this is the view most of you saw. Come in round here. There's a reception. And that's it. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.